Hi, Babur, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in your next essay and letter. Well done on the corrections, that's great. And I hope you have a good trip this weekend. So let's just go straight into this. Um, Also, please don't worry about the other essay. It's important. In a way, I always think it's much more important to make the mistakes now, then you know what to look out for when you get to the exam. So here, just this first sentence, which I know is part of the template that we recommend, but I think you can modify it a little bit. Okay, actually, let's just take that out because it's too bright. But instead of experts, I would go think who these might be. So corporate consultants. Because then immediately, I mean, that's so much more interesting, isn't it? And you can get more points for language. Throughout both the developing and developed world, or globally, is totally fine. Often debate that. Now, you don't debate that and whether. So here, just debate whether. Families should accompany individuals on work-related travel. Brilliant. I really like that. Well done. While some believe travelling alone could possibly lead to financial savings, others think it could lead to social and mental issues. Okay. You've got believe. You say you could, well, some accountants, there you go. And if you've got accountants, you could say argue that, and stronger. Others, so who might that be? I mean, health professionals. I mean, we don't need to go too crazy, but you get the idea. Okay, what's your opinion? I want your opinion here. In an opinion essay, you must state your opinion at the beginning here, and then again at the end. So that really is important. Okay. Example evidence suggests that most large corporations and even some smaller entities are increasingly focusing on austerity measures and cutting costs to boost their profitability. Lovely. Instead of and, you could actually just put therefore. Yeah, which is quite sneaky and quite clever in just quite nice style. Therefore cutting. Yeah. Owing to this approach, now not owing to here, due to like because of this approach, many companies now only allow pay for the travel by employees. Only allow pay for only that doesn't quite work. Are only prepared to finance. Use the word finance rather than pay for. That doesn't quite work. But this works better. Okay. Are only prepared to finance the travel, so then you take out for the travel by employees, or employees travel rather than their families as well. Naturally, if firms do not fund family tickets, most workers might not take their children or spouses along, and as a result, this trend would lead, hypothetical, so use would, result in savings for businesses as well as for individuals. Excellent. Good work there. Also, in addition to being less costly, solo work was often more productive and focused. Take out this, I want to keep going, keep moving me forward, because travellers only concentrate on work rather than activities like tourism and exploring places, which is usually the case. Let's get this into the conditional, because it's a kind of conditional. Would only concentrate on work. It's your sort of hypothetical idea. Would only concentrate on work rather than, which is usually the case, when youngsters are along. Youngsters when youngsters are along. When youngsters, you sort of say, you can't say go along. Just put when with children, because it's their own children, we're assuming. When with children. That's just simpler. Okay, but otherwise, very nice writing. Really nice sort of flow you've got there, which is lovely. So just I'm getting into this into the modal would because it's suggesting forward rather than will, which is a bit factual. For example, recent research revealed that 90% of business commuters reported that single tours were 80% cheaper as compared to those with young ones on board. Good. It must be not although moving alone. Although I would say working may not be entertaining. It is likely to be more economical. Well done. Excellent. Really, really good. Word count. Yeah, long. You see, I think you should trim down this paragraph. Okay. I mean, I like this, but you kind of, given how long you are, you kind of don't need that. Um, I really like it, but be aware of the word count unless you are just super fast at typing. Yeah. However, critics argue that although profitability and visa are essential, the disastrous aspects of ignoring little ones cannot be unaddressed. Oh, I love that. Since children are affiliated and attached, affiliated, not affiliated, are bonded, let's go stronger, and attached to their parents, uh, they may suffer. Change this round, okay? Get depression as your subject. May ensue, good word, if da da da. Okay? So have this as your subject. It's a little bit more stylistic, rather than if they suffer da 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 da. Okay? I don't really like they. Every time you can avoid they, it doesn't matter, but personally, I think it's a nicer writing to have it this way. Secondly, if mothers or fathers do not engage, okay, ignoring them. Yeah. Now, it's not really ignoring them. Ignoring little ones during prolonged periods of work overseas. Sadly, you need to have that in there because it's not just ignoring them always, it's ignoring them during this time. Yeah. Comprehensive study claimed that youngsters who spent less time with parents are 3 times more mentally ill. Okay, maybe you could say time with babysitters or something like that. Uh, okay, well done. Good. Really, really nice. Ignored. It's not really on trips there, actually. Ignored. Just ignored. No, hang on. If, if, that's not really abandoned, that's too strong. If, left for, if left, or if left, but just go left behind. It's not perfect, but this is your kind of idea. Convinced that even though that commas here, even though there are certain social impacts, yeah, absolutely, very, very nice to engage youngsters while absent. I think you need that final thing. So word count, yeah, watch out on that word count. I mean, you write so beautifully. It's lovely reading your work, but why don't you try and cut this to a 350 just for fun and see where it gets you. Okay, I think it's really worth it. But otherwise, very nicely done. So task achievement, absolutely yes. Some very good grammar in there, lovely vocabulary, and the flow is excellent. I'm very, very happy with that one. Well done, you. So you've eaten at a restaurant, so classic letter of complaint. I expressed my extreme dissatisfaction in relation to my recent dining experience at your establishment. You would kind of put a full stop there, which is a very short sentence, but you kind of need one. As we entered the main hall and inquired about our reserved seating space, bluntly and politely informed us that he had forgotten. Here you can have your nice past perfect. forgotten to allocate space for us. However, ignoring his bad behaviour, I requested him. Now, I requested. You don't request him to something. You ask somebody to do something. You request straight away, direct object. So I requested any alternative arrangement, but he left me and my family unattended. And since I paid in advance and was also feeling hungry, I could not leave. I could not. I could not leave. I don't think you need that. So I decided to wait and dine. After approximately 15 minutes, I found a vacant table, ordered the food. Unfortunately, the meal was not cooked properly and had a strange smell. Rather than against, contrary to. When we inform the manager, you don't need that. Instead of resolving the issue, he asked us to leave I'd go to their restaurant. This is unprofessional. Absolutely. It made me face embarrassing. I would face embarrassment. I would go. It was highly embarrassing in front of my family. Yeah, highly embarrassing. We use this word highly with embarrassing. Absolutely, that's awful. In view of this request that. That's it. I be given. So here's request direct object. Request that is different because you're going into a that clause. I'd be given a full refund. Secondly, I urge you to train your staff. Absolutely right. And then I would just put that on another line. Well done. It sounds like you've written this kind of letter before. But it's very beautifully done. Well done. Absolutely perfect. Good work. And I hope you have a good weekend. Thanks.